So, any of my friends who have known me for a decently long amount of time knows that I am super big into fandoms. I tend to attach to whatever I'm super into at the time for years and years on end, get pretty much obsessive with it until it betrays me inevitably, and then I pretend it doesn't exist. Cough, cough, Voltron. Um, but I have been in fandom in general since I was in elementary school. I was basically raised on the internet. And one of my earliest, and the ones I'm still in, is Transformers, but that's besides the point. Um, I got lucky in that I didn't get into Twilight until when I got older. I was in like fourth grade. I guess I didn't seek out Twilight fan fiction for whatever reason. I was fine with the books. Like I reread the Twilight books forever, and I was never into Harry Potter. And most of the fandoms I'm not usually in during their heyday, so I kind of missed the ship wars. The closest I ever got to actually witnessing a ship war was with Voltron, wherein I was reported to was it the FBI or something because I had a blog that shipped Sheath, which was Shiro and Keith. It's a whole stupid thing, but that was the closest I ever got. And even then, I just kind of said, haha, that's funny, and then ignored it. So I've never actually engaged in that stupidity because I go on the internet to have fun and enjoy myself. If something gets on my nerves or I don't like it, I unfollow, I block, I ignore. That's just been my how I do it. I don't seek to make other people have less enjoyment. I don't seek to bully other people. So all of the ship war stuff really didn't come until I got older. Like I was late teens going into She-Ra or Voltron or even Steven Universe. I wasn't even super into. It's only looking into like a retrospective that I can look at that and go, oh, I see where the problems lied. But I still am like on Tumblr, so I'm over here, and y'all are having your hissy fits over there, and I'm watching, eating my popcorn, going, wow, that's interesting. I'm so glad I don't watch that show. And the newest one to join this is going to be the Owl House, because I've seen quite a few criticisms or reviews of it. I've never watched it. I don't have Disney. I don't have Disney Plus. I don't. It's not something I feel like is worth pirating, so I just don't watch Disney shows when it comes to. So I haven't seen Into the Garden. I forgot what that one's called. It's the Halloween one they watch every year, or Gravity Falls, or Amphibia, or any of those. I hear they're good. I don't watch them. But I do have friends who watch them, and so in contingency with all the Tumblr stuff, I know what y'all have been up to. So a new guy has been introduced, and he's like the apprentice of the villain, and people are shipping him with Amity, who is bi but has a girl crush currently. And so the internet is aggressively going, they have a platonic relationship, and it's like, okay, but they don't have to. You know, it's first off, that's canon. It's not done yet. Two, in fanon, you can make things happen even if they're not in the real thing. I can make the turtles. I'm not gonna finish that one. I can do what I want in fandom. It's just for fun. And this was kind of similar in She-Ra, because here's the thing about She-Ra. She-Ra was one of the first and only examples I have where the big fandom ship became reality. In the very first episode, I looked at Catra in the door and went, that's gay, but I didn't expect anything to come from it, because that's not what happens. People have chemistry and then nothing happens, because that's how cartoons and generally social media or any kind of media does. They don't make the thing come true. But then in season 5, it did. In season 5, it did come true. But even in the earlier seasons, for example, there was plenty of, like, I guess you'd say, there's been plenty of chemistry between other characters. For example, I honestly thought Bo, Adora, and Glimmer would be a pretty cute throuple. I do not support throuples in real life, it's a different video. However, people would bully others for daring to ship Bo and Adora together because Adora is a lesbian, how dare you. And at the Owl House, you see something very similar with Amity. She's bisexual, yeah, but that bi means she can also date men. A, B, these are kids shows, they don't tend to actually put a label on it. C, it's fictional, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. But this is all kind of a pattern wherein people like to equate being with men as being inherently worse. If you have the option to be gay and you choose to be with a woman, then you are inherently choosing the wrong path, because women are pure and men are dirty, horrible creatures. I'm not attracted to guys. but I can respect them as individuals, and some people are heterosexual. Not every guy's a monster. Not every girl is a pure angel. And to assume that just because you are homosexual in some sense you are more pure is, in a way, homophobic. Because you're putting people on a pedestal just based off of one aspect of who they are, off of a stereotype of women relationships are so cute, ooh, ooh. Women relationships, gay lesbian relationships, have pretty high rates of abuse. That's just reality. It doesn't necessarily mean that the women are going to have happier relationships. What it means is that they're in a relationship with a woman. It's not inherently, by that principle, better or worse than being in a relationship with a man. And especially when it comes to fiction, people ship what they want, and they have done so for years and years. I just don't think you should be bullying people on the internet, ever, period. I don't get into internet fights with people. I'll do my one response, they can respond back, and then I will go block them because I don't care. There's very little on the internet that will make me care enough to get into a fight with you over it. Because, why? You don't care that much either. You're just getting some sick joy out of it. And when it comes to fandom, at least, it's supposed to be a fun space. You're supposed to make friends here. You're supposed to make connections. I've met 3 friends over the course of the past, I feel old, 7 years, where I've met them through fandom, and I send them Christmas gifts every year and write them letters because we became legitimate friends outside of that one category. And it feels like you're misusing the internet in a sense because of these misguided political forays into fandom. I'm not saying nothing is ever apolitical. I'm sorry, nothing has ever, nor will it ever be apolitical. You can just choose whether or not to read into that aspect of it. You can choose whether or not to engage in it in a political sense. It doesn't mean that when you interpret it later that it wasn't political. I know it might sound confusing, but for example, Star Trek, the story might have outwardly been this planet has too many people on it because of there's a high population, they don't allow any contraceptives. Yeah, that's about the right to choose. Boom. It's not maybe immediately evident, but it's there. And so going back, I know I'm jumping from here to here to here to here. That's just how I talk. This is how I talk normally without a script. I hope you guys enjoy it. The thing about amity is that I don't care about the specific thing. I care about the trend it's having in fandom, wherein people seem to believe that being with a woman is better than being with a man, and that it's inherently a more pure choice, and it's not. It's not a choice for a lot of people, in the same way that homosexuality is not a choice for a lot of people. I think we should all just learn to mind our own business in a sense. I'm not gonna lie and pretend that we're not all gonna talk shit all the time. I don't know about you, but I like to gossip. I like to hear about drama that I'm not interested in, just drama that I'm not connected to. Oh, the stranger lives across the street. There's cops over there. Let me go look. It doesn't really concern me, but it's interesting to know about. We're curious creatures. We need to find a way to balance that curiosity with being not stupid and being nice. And until that happens, I'm gonna not join those fandoms. I'm gonna not choose to curate those spaces. The places that I hang out on the internet are typically intimate spaces of people who I've met and who I've grown to trust, and who are not gonna go do call-out posts because I decided to ship a bisexual female cartoon character with a male cartoon character on a kids show. So thank you, dear viewers. If you made it this far, this is where we part. Sorry, 2 videos in one day. I just get into a roll sometimes. I had a day off for the first time in forever, and I just had ideas come out, and I know my friends never answer the phone, so you get to hear them instead. Like I said, when I finish a cosplay, I'll show it to you. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you give a shit about any of this? I know fandom history and Tumblr history is my minor, basically, in college, but not everyone is interested in it. So let me know. What do you think? And I'll talk to you guys next time.